Hello, hello, you talented stars and starlets. It's your stage mom here. And I wanted to make a theme for Mondays. So we are going to call it Motivation Mondays. And so every Monday, I'm going to bring you ways that could help motivate you in your life in some capacity. And so today, I decided to talk about confidence. Now, there are so many ways to help boost and raise your confidence, but I just was going to just share with you a few that resonated with me today. There will be more, and maybe there'll be other confidence videos to come, who knows. But for this Monday, I want to talk about just a few little tips and tricks on how to become more confident. So what is confidence? I feel that confidence is being completely 100% okay with who you are right now, inside, outside, like where you are in your life right now, what you have accomplished or haven't done, everything about you, you are content with and are not looking for any outside stimulation or gratification that will make you feel more whole on the inside or fill a void of some sort on the inside. That's truly what I feel that confidence is. Now, what I think tends to be one of the biggest blockers to confidence or self-confidence is that because we live in a society where we tend to compare ourselves, and I 100% feel that comparison is the killer of all dreams, because when you're looking at what somebody else has, you're feeling as though you aren't good enough or you're less than if you don't have that, or you can feel that way. I've said in other videos that you can look at what other people have accomplished or the person that they appear to be, and you can be excited by that, and you can be like, oh, I would love to exude what they exude. Because, as I said in those videos, is that if you do see something amazing and positive in someone else, is that's because you carry that seed within you. So recognizing it in someone else can be a positive thing. But if you're feeling as though that you are less than or lacking something, and you are feeling down when you see somebody else is doing what you're perceiving as better, that would be a detriment towards confidence and building your own self-confidence. Now, when we're looking at what other people have, this sometimes how we look at it, it's like we're looking at other people's outside and what you can see, like their car, and they go on vacation all the time, and they're in a loving marriage, and they have a cute dog, and it just looks like they have a perfect dream life, and they may, but you're comparing their outside with your inside, with your values and where you feel you are in your life and your purpose and your destiny, and you're comparing what's going on in the inside of you with the outside of them. Now, as artists and for people in the creative industries, the entertainment industries, we become really proficient at putting on a mask and really good at appearing to have self-confidence and appearing to be, able to stand in front of a bunch of people and deliver. And yes, some of us, yes, truly are really confident in what we do, but that is usually because we put in the work. Now, Malcolm Gladwell, he says 10,000 hours is how long it takes for someone to become a professional. And that also will take the amount of time it will take someone to really be truly confident in what they can do. If you know that you can walk into any golf, let's talk about like Tiger Woods, for instance, he knows that chances are he's going to hit that ball really well because he's done it a million times and has done a perfectly executed job. He practices and he performs so he can perform on demand. That's because of practice and repetition. That also is how you can build confidence, is really getting proficient at something. So if you're comparing yourself to somebody else, also remember, have you put in the same amount of work that they have to acquire the things on the outside that appear to be what you want or what you feel as though that you're lacking? So we've got to remember, put in the work. Brene Brown also mentions that posture and the way that you stand also can help reflect confidence. So hands on your hips, kind of in a power position, or even like hands up and up in the air and strength positions like this. Like when people are winning, they're like, yes, and you know, they're excited, their hands go up. And so these are kind of powerful positions. And so energetically, your body will be exuding more confidence if you're standing shoulders back and strong, as opposed to kind of, you know, shoulders shrunken forward and kind of head down. Like chest up and chest out is more confident. We talk about like the proud stance and puff out your chest to exude confidence, but it's because it actually does. Even, you know, the peacocking, they say, is because the peacock puts out its chest when it wants to protect its feet or its mate or someone that he's trying to court. He puffs out his chest, protection. And so that exudes confidence, and it allows people to kind of repel. Sometimes people will turn it into false bravado in human language, in human world, but it does give the appearance of confidence. So those are ways that you can actually put your body in a physical place for yourself to be more confident. So persistence is part of how you can develop like a really strong confidence. It goes kind of hand in hand with repetition, but it's like, if you do something once and fail, and then you stop, how are you going to become confident in something that you do? And I'm saying fail as in maybe you just didn't do it as well as you'd like, or you didn't score the goal, or whatever it is that you're looking to try to become more proficient at, or to have confidence in. You can't just do it once and expect to have the best result. You may be a one-hit wonder and it could be amazing, but what sometimes happens is if you're a one-hit wonder and you do amazing the first time because you haven't had the repetition to back it up, that if there's a time where it just didn't just click and it didn't just work, then the self-confidence and the doubt kind of creeps in, and that may take over because you haven't put in the work. So repetition, repetition, repetition is one of the main ways to build confidence, and obviously that strong position, as I was mentioning before. One thing I have said in a lot of my other videos is talking about our self-talk. What talks that we're saying to ourselves, we are our own worst enemy, is something that we've heard as a constant narrative for the collective. And this has come about because we really talk ourselves down. I know that we are afraid of failure. I know we're afraid of looking stupid or having our confidence knocked down. And I understand that we live in a world where ridicule sometimes comes out of not, you know, the mask coming off and not being perfect or seemingly perfect. I understand that that's a society that we live in right now, and you know, going to break that barrier is going to be really challenging, but we could start with how we speak to ourselves. And even if we just took more notice in the things that we do well, we are programmed and trained to find the flaw in everything. Whether it's when you meet someone new, you just automatically are looking and comparing yourself to, are they better than you? Are you better than them? How do I measure up to this person? Like it's our natural disposition to be doing that. So I understand why our negative self-talk is there. But let's try to use our negative self-talk as a compass as to where we need to improve. And these are the flaws that maybe we could be working on and putting those 10,000 hours in. So when we need to step up to the plate in those areas, we will already have been building that confidence level. You can't expect to be perfect the first time at everything. And if you're not perfect, know that it is just a flaw because you have not put in the amount of work. It has actually nothing to do with your self-worth and nothing to do with who you are truly as a person on the inside. It's just something you have not worked at yet and you haven't developed yet. We see babies all the time. How many times do they try to get up and stand when they're 2 years old? Or less than 2. They try to walk. when they're crawling, then they stand up and they fall. If they never fell, like they would never stand up. And if we told them that, like, oh, if they understood, like, hey, you fall once, you can't, don't try that again, because they didn't have any confidence, like they would never learn to walk. So know that it's in the persistence in failing potentially is going to be how you gain the confidence and the strength to be able to stand up, to be able to accomplish whatever that goal is, to be able to stand confidently in something that is new. Persistence and repetition. With tearing ourselves down, I know also we live in the time where the internet, and there are Twitter trolls and internet trolls and computer trolls, that people that have a sense of confidence when they're sitting behind the computer screen, but they would never say these things in front of your face. So I would suggest, especially if you're in the entertainment industry, is don't really read any comments that are negative about yourself. I know that sometimes you want to be interacting with fans or the public, and you want to be approachable and really connect with people. So if you're able to not take in the negative things that people say, by all means read everything. But it seems that since we're programmed just to only really see the flaws and really have the flaws stick and resonate and like repeat over and over and over again in our heads, that's why just sometimes I think it's not worth it. So, because for every 10 positive comments, that we hear, one comment will just knock us down and knock down our confidence. And that's what's we're going to be thinking about over and over again. So what I suggest, this is going to be our homework or our home play. I'm going to call it home play because work sometimes sounds a little bit negative. So let's see where our home play is that. Let's write a letter to ourselves and let's talk about all the amazing things that we have accomplished up until now. So it could be finishing university, it could be doing our master's, getting a doctorate degree, being a championship soccer player, being winning an Oscar, getting a Juno award, whatever it is. Right? Being an amazing mom, an amazing wife, being a great sister or brother, like everything, not just necessarily the accomplishments that you have, but like the really things that you're proud of and that make you like the amazing person that you are. All the positive, only the positive things. And if you could write this in the positive sense. So when you say I am is actually a command to the universe, and what follows I am becomes reality. So I am an amazing parent. I am a loving wife. I am a successful actress. I am loving the music career that I have started, and I'm really great at writing lyrics that are poetic. Whatever it is, like really go in it, but speak it from the positive and present tense. And just write a long letter. And anytime that you ever feel down or maybe feel as though you feel less than in a particular moment for whatever reason, you can pull out this letter and be reminded of how awesome you actually are. Another way that can help you with your confidence is teaching what you know, or even teaching in something that you're learning or that you don't necessarily feel 100% confident in yet. Because if somebody starts looking at you for answers, and you can still give some answers, or you can teach something in this topic, them looking for you will give you self-confidence, that especially if you are able to give back and give the answers. So really looking to help somebody else, bring somebody else up, and also praising other people for their successes and how well they did, and looking for the good that other people do as well, and including the good that you do yourself, is a really great way to start recognizing your own positive contributions, and then the positive contributions of others. And this will get that whole confidence energy a flowing. So we always say that, you know, I'm afraid, I can't do this, I'm fearful. And fear usually stops us dead in our tracks. And it usually happens because it's something that we've never done before, and we don't know what the outcome's going to be like, and we're unsure of if it's going to be, how embarrassing it's going to be. And when we get in these fear modes, we actually put our bodies in a fight or flight situation. And so it's kind of like, it actually becomes physiologically a life or death situation. So funny enough, like, I bet you many creatives will know this, but called like nervous poops or nervous peas, because it's your body getting put in the state of like, if I gotta run away from this lion, I gotta empty everything out and run as fast as I can. So that's why that happens when you get nervous about something. It's your body going in the fight or flight mode, and it's getting ready to get rid of everything so you can bolt. So what we need to do when we get faced with a fear that is not, obviously not a lion. Like if you see a lion, maybe you want to be a lion tamer in that moment, and that might be the best thing for you, is to stare down that lion and, you know, allow the lion to walk away. But I understand also if the impulse to run, if that is what you decide to do. But in other terms, if you put yourself in front of fear and actually step over to the other side, on the other side of fear is all of your greatest dreams waiting for you. Fear stops us, but actually stepping onto that other side and going through the fear, that is what also starts building confidence, because then you realize that it wasn't that bad. You didn't die. You didn't, whatever you imagined as the worst possibility, I don't know if I've ever heard of anybody saying it was as bad as they thought it was. So going and facing fears and stepping over to the other side, it actually helps bring confidence in knowing that, okay, it wasn't that bad. I'm okay. I can do that. I am willing to stand up in front of something that I am faced with, that is I'm fearful of, and stepping to that other side and knowing that I am going to be okay. That is a way that you can definitely overcome and persevere in the face of fear. So my only homework or home play for you this week is to write a positive letter about yourself, reminding you of all the good things and the amazing things and how amazing you are as a person, writing them in the present tense, so that whenever you may feel down or feeling a little bit of self-doubt or self-pity or anything negative towards yourself, you can pull that letter out and be reminded of how amazing you are and how much you've accomplished and overcome in your life already. So I really, really hope that this video has served you well. It's giving you some confidence, some self-confidence. Just need a little bit, you know? You're great. You're doing great. Make sure you subscribe right down below, ring that bell, hit that like button, and just start writing down those positive attributes about yourself right now, so you can really start embodying that energy of someone confident, and know that you've accomplished so many things, and so many things that you should feel amazing and confident in. Okay? So I will see you in the spotlight. Take care.